Okay, so welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking about Harry Potter theories and if they could be true or not. I don't know how many I'm going to get to. Probably going to be until I'm way too tired to talk because I slept until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon today. Yeah, I'm really rushing this, so we're going to see how fast this goes. Let's get to the first one! Okay, so the first one is the small class theory. Now, we all know Hogwarts can fit, I think it was 1,000 kids. And in the movies, you could see there were only about a dozen in Gryffindor's first year to maybe not that many for the entire, because, according to the theory, the size of Gryffindor's class for Harry, Ron, and Hermione's year seemed to only add up to around a dozen students. In a school with about 1,000 students. How is this possible, though? Ding! I feel I should Okay. A lot of people think, oh, Harry was born when Voldemort was in his most. I think that's actually true. I think they had a really small class because Voldemort was at large when Harry was born. His parents died because of Voldemort. Sorry, Harry. Voldemort was at large, so you don't want to go having children where your children could die. People were fighting against Voldemort. You didn't really have time to have a child. Some people did, and they're heroes somehow, but you don't necessarily want to have to stop fighting. Like, if you're part of Order of the Phoenix, you're not going to stop fighting necessarily because you're pregnant. And that would just be dangerous for the baby, and it would be terrible. So the theory believes that there was only about a dozen kids in Harry's year because of that reason. Voldemort was at large, no one was wanting to have children except for some people. And I get it. Some Death Eaters had babies. They create Draco. We're all happy. And with Death Eater raids happening nightly, that would be even harder to get away from that if you're 8 months pregnant. If you're 8 months pregnant, then it's going to be hard to even walk. I wouldn't know, but I've seen people that had to get carried because they were 8 months pregnant. I was like, well, they're not escaping any Death Eater raids. But, hey, they're still alive, so. I believe that theory is true. I honestly think it is. It was very accurate in how I'm thinking. Who wants to have a child when you could likely die any second? That would be scary enough to have a child, but then adding on to Death Eaters and Voldemort coming to your house to kill you, that would be even scarier. So, I believe that is true. On to number 2. Number 2, I actually found this, when I first saw it, I was like, what? But I kept looking into it, and now I'm like, okay, I'm with that theory, that makes sense. My ponytail's coming undone. And the second theory is Draco is a werewolf. Now, a lot of people are like, no, he's not, because you would have seen it. Well, no, you really wouldn't have. You only saw Remus turn into a werewolf because Harry and them were there when it happened. But, so the theory is saying that Voldemort would have Greyback bite anyone that failed him. Who failed him, but we still love him? Draco Malfoy. Now, so basically, the theory is saying Greyback bit him, and he needed some way to help it. Well, Snape is another Death Eater who's at Hogwarts. He can make Wolfsbane potion, so he would have been able to hide it. There were plenty of ways that he would have been able to hide it. So, kind of makes sense. I mean, Draco failed Voldemort. Voldemort had Greyback bite him. Draco had to hide it from everyone. And then you just have Snape make Wolfsbane potion. I mean, you got a potions master at your side with the unbreakable vow to keep you safe. I mean, like, it actually makes a lot of sense. And at first I was like, I don't know. Maybe. I was like, wait. Yeah, that does make sense. I'm not that good at editing, guys. Sounds really weird, but it's probably true, because I don't trust Jenny that well. But Jenny dosed Harry with a love potion. Now, we all know it was kind of weird that Harry just all of a sudden had the hots for Jenny. It was like, what? You can't develop feelings that weirdly, though, dude. Unless if you're under a love spell. Whoa. I don't know what that was. I mean, it wasn't even like it showed any. You could tell that Jenny had it since before first year, and it was like, well, okay. And then Harry all of a sudden has the hots for Jenny in one random year. It's like, if he really liked you, probably would have liked you before then, Jenny. But no, he liked Cho, and that wasn't gonna happen. I'm a little mad. This is saying one of the, stupidest things J.K. Rowling ever included in the Potter universe was the love potion. The love potion was kind of an important part of the books. I mean, without the love potion, Ron wouldn't have drank it, and we wouldn't have known that someone was trying to poison Dumbledore. And we would have realized that Romelda Vane's got the hots for Harry. I mean, most kids do, and it's kind of creepy. I mean, the Jenny giving Harry a love potion could be accurate, though. Because, I mean, you see them at Friend George's shop buy the love potions. You never saw if she actually bought one. She could have bought one for all we know. I mean, it's kind of hinting at, hey, Jenny gave Harry a love potion. One day it's probably going to come off and he's going to go after Cho, and we're all going to be mad. Except for what's the name of the Cho and Harry ship? I have no idea. I always call it Sherry, like cherry. I don't know why. I think that's what it is. I'm personally not a shipper of that. I'm sorry. I don't necessarily like Cho. It kind of makes sense because Miss Weasley, or Molly, even admitted she used a love potion during her school years. So maybe she influenced Jenny to do that too. For all we know, Arthur could be under the spell. For all we know, Jenny could be putting that in Harry's goblet of water, or Harry, you idiot, or chocolate frogs or something, and he instantly have feelings for her. That's all we know. We don't really know how he got feelings for her. Muggles had already had a war with wizards and won. Well, flip. Muggles are not stronger than us. We'd let them win. It's been kind of weird that the Wizarding World has felt the need to hide themselves from the Muggles. There's a real air disparity over the non-magically inclined, if not outright racist. I'm not no racist. Then it's sort of soft conditioning. Arthur Weasley in the particular treats Muggles as though they were a particularly fascinating meerkat family on NatGo. Why do they bother hiding it at all? I mean, if they've had a war, then unless if they did the Fantastic Beasts thing where they showered everyone in forget me stuff. I completely just forgot what that is. Alright, I'll stop. Other than them doing that, I don't know why, because I mean they probably would have remembered seeing wands. Oh look, there's a wizard. Witchcraft. I'm weird. And anyone familiar with Harry Potter knows that the Ministry of Magic regrets pretty much every remotely fantastical. Is that even a word? It may be. I'm an idiot. So. You can't say much as to Accio Corn Dog without the Ministry jumping up and knowing that you did that. I want a corn dog. I want a corn dog. Accio Corn Dog. Oh, I don't have my one. That didn't work. And we all know that the Ministry of Magic literally had something where it was Muggles were being crushed. And so we obviously, apparently, the Ministry hates Muggles. I mean, that's kind of upsetting, because I don't think they realize that we could actually, help Muggles. If we told them about our magic, I don't think it would start a war. I mean, I'm telling you guys about my magic, and any Muggles out there watching now officially know, oh shoot, the Ministry's coming after me. Oh well, it wouldn't be the first time. I'm just admitting that I've been attacked by the Ministry of Magic. I'm evil. I mean, you can see that they hate Muggles, and it's kind of upsetting because we could definitely help them. I mean, we could help with wars. I mean, we could help with everything. We could even make world peace, or we're gonna start a war. Yeah. And Voldemort, I'm pretty sure he had killed plenty of Muggles. I mean, if there were Muggle-borns, most likely he would go kill the Muggle-born and the parents and the rest of the family. I mean, so their family would have, any family that would have made it out of there would have known that there was wands. No one's gonna see this dark figure with wand coming up to your house shooting Avada Kedavra. Did I just kill someone? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I just killed you. Or why don't I have a wand? Wait, I can do wandless magic. I want a wand dog. And it's not like they didn't attack Muggles. They attacked plenty of Muggles, so they're of course going to know magic is real. I'm honestly surprised Muggles didn't start questioning things. Why on earth was that bridge shaking? It's oh no, the bridge is shaking, we should probably get off. No, there's flipping Death Eaters surrounding you. You probably should get off, but still, it's called magic. I was probably surrounding them because goodness knows I'm a Death Eater. You can't see my dark mark yet. I'm not old enough to get it. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. So, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you already did that, make sure to hit the notification bell. See you next time. I need to come up with a nickname for you guys because I got nothing to say.